Live from the Channels Television Global Headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria, you're watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu, and today our focus will be on the southern region. We begin with the story from Edo State's Governorship Election Petition Tribunal, which has set judgment today in the case filed by the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Asue Ighodalo, challenging the outcome of the governorship polls held in the state on September 21st, 2024. The three-man panel, led by Justice Wilfred Upochi, had on March 3rd reserved its verdict after parties in the matter have adopted their final written addresses. The People's Democratic Party and its governorship candidate, Asue Ighodalo, are challenging the victory of Governor Monday Okwewolo of the All Progressives Congress, alleging that the election was not conducted in compliance with the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022. The PDP and Ighodalo brought 19 witnesses before the tribunal and tendered numerous documents to back their claims, while the APC called 4 witnesses and INEC called none. Supporters from both sides of the divide have converged on the nation's capital, patiently waiting the judgment. Relatives and members of the community of Okpobo, where the suspended River State Governor Simone Alai Fubara comes from, have joined in calling on President Bola Tinubu to reconsider the state of emergency he declared in the state. Speaking at a press briefing in Okpobo, the governor's kinsman emphasized his reputation as a man of peace and integrity, suggesting that the president's decision may have been influenced by misleading information.
Due to the trust, love, and confidence we reposed in our son, Sir Simone Alai Fubara, when he told us to vote for the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we did not hesitate, but voted for him en masse without looking back. We also condemn in its entirety the recent verdict of the Supreme Court and suspension of our son in the declaration of state of emergency against the state. We see and know him to mean well for the state in all ramifications. We also commend our son, the executive governor, for his unwavering commitment to develop our state and take her to greater heights. Therefore, all of us and all of you should not relent in following the path of peace as he is doing.
Africa's influence on the global stage is growing, and a bold initiative led by the Olu of Warri Oga Atuwase III and his wife is driving this momentum. Their goal is to strengthen intra-African trade, foster collaboration, and amplify the continent's voice. As part of the vision, the monarch and wife welcomed 18 Elevate Africa Fellows from across the continent to Warri, providing them with a platform to engage, innovate, and inspire future leaders.
For a long time, Africa's history has been shaped by external voices. However, in recent times, government and public-spirited individuals have been working to change the narrative. Leading the charge this time is the Olu of Warri and his wife, who are promoting cultural exchange, economic growth, and a new narrative that reflects the continent's strength and potential. The 18 Elevate Africa Fellows, selected from over 3,500 applicants, are key to this vision. Their time in Warri is designed to deepen their leadership skills and enhance their contributions to Africa's transformation.
It's an experiential fellowship, as we know, and they're visiting Lagos and Abuja. Lagos, they've been to over the last couple of days, and they've interacted with commercial leaders and even some political leaders as well. However, as founders of Elevate Africa, it was only right for us to bring them to our home, the Warri Kingdom, and to show Warri to Africa, and to show them culture. One of the core pillars of Elevate Africa is culture and identity. And so this visit that has been curated for the 18 African fellows is to show them an aspect of culture that speaks to the African identity.
It also speaks to how we see ourselves. Yes, I am the Olu of Warri. I am of Ishekiri extraction. But the truth of the matter is, the world is waiting for leaders to step up. And it's a global world. And I like to see and portray myself as an African monarch domiciled in Warri. So with that lens and that outlook, it will always be open to inspire all Africans.
The 18 Elevate Africa Fellows also participated in the Allying Women Initiative, organized by the Royal Iwere Foundation to celebrate and empower women.
It is not that women lead better than men. There is no evidence about that. And it's not necessarily that men lead better than women, but there is evidence that women lead differently from men. So you cannot have only one gender leading because it's imbalanced.
For far too long, our narrative has been externalized. And so we want to own our narrative and be able to say, look, these great things happening on the continent in the area of governance and leadership, trade, investment, and culture and heritage needs to be well defined, articulated, and communicated. So we say that we are curating, capturing, and communicating history as it evolves.
Another highlight of their visit is the Iwere Foundation's Creative Minds Free Primary School, where young learners are embracing STEM education in a way that prepares them for the future. At the school's STEM lab, students are gaining hands-on experience in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. These children are developing skills that will enable them compete in the digital age. Through initiatives like Elevate Africa and the STEM-focused programs at the Iwere Foundation, the Olu of Warri and his wife are shaping a new era of leadership, one where African talent, innovation, and collaboration take center stage on the global map.
Still talking youth development. As part of efforts to improve the agricultural capacity of farmers in the Niger Delta, farmers in River State have been trained to grow prosperity from farming. The IFAD Life ND Incubator Program, which for 3 Niger Delta states of Imo, Rivers, and Akwa Ibom, has taken place in Opobo and Koro local government area of River State, with Incubates lauding the program.
About 64 youths across 5 communities in Opobo and Koro local government area of River State are beneficiaries of the first batch of the federal government's Livelihood Empowerment Program. This initiative, which is aimed at reducing youth involvement in vandalism and social vices, focuses on training participants in poultry, goat farming, and fisheries. The program is set to run for an initial period of 2 months.
It's been a very laudable program because I've seen some youths who were hitherto incubatees, people who trained from others have now become trainers themselves. They have owned their own farms and they're also training other youths in the areas of agriculture.
The trainers share their perspectives on the expected impact.
What we're actually doing here is training youths and family household individual on how to take care of these birds from day one, which is the day old, up to maturity where they can sell them. As for the egg will, when it's time for laying, the layers will lay. Then we also have some sections where we train those on egg marketing.
This is the first stage of the training. We are training 10 people, 5 aquaculture and 5 marketers, all together 10. So what I have done, not minding the circumstances or what, I have combined them and trained them. So any of them can do aquaculture, can also do marketing.
Some of the beneficiaries also expressed their excitement as they call on the government to extend the opportunity to more youths.
With the little knowledge I have gotten during this training, these weeks of training, I can be able to do my egg marketing, as the case may be. And with the help of Life ND, after the end of this training, will give me another level of life.
Fish na one of the most important things we everybody need. So our incubator don't go so far to teach us the importance and how we will preserve the fish and how we will make our business grow.
With the first batch completed, IFAD Life ND believes the skills acquired will reduce unemployment and crime while boosting local agricultural productivity in Opobonkoro. Charles Soporum, Channels Television News.
Staying in Rivers State, 2 weeks after the declaration of a state of emergency, public debate continues to intensify with the latest wave of criticism coming from a pro-Fubara group led by Nigeria's former ambassador to the Netherlands, Oji Ngufo. Mr. Ngufo describes President Bola Tinubu's decision as a betrayal of his oath of office, arguing that the move undermines democratic governance in the state. Despite these criticisms, the appointed administrator has continued to discharge his duties. On Monday, he undertook an inspection of 2 major projects in the state.
We'll do everything within her capacity to give the best of support to the sole administrator so that the mandate that was given to him by the presidency, the president went through a democratic process by subjecting the emergency rule to the National Assembly, and they ratified it and okayed it. And we, the Rivers people, are very happy because it has restored peace and normalcy to the streets. This is what we're here for. We will contribute our own quota through dialogue, meaningful dialogue. We will not protest illegally or carelessly. We will engage the system with relevant conversations, ideas, and support in any way we can to ensure that this administration of initial 6 months succeed.
All we are yearning for is peace to return back, and peace has actually returned back to Rivers State. So we thank the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his wise decision, even if it's not convenient for us as youth, but to accept it in good faith.
Governor Basio II has flagged off the long-abandoned road construction project in Nkpani community, Yakoro local government area, marking a significant milestone for residents who have waited over 2 decades for this development. The groundbreaking ceremony was attended by key stakeholders, including the Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure, Pius Edet. Mr. Edet emphasized that the governor's decision to revive the project demonstrates his commitment to fulfilling campaign promises made to the community. Upon completion, the road will connect Nkpani to major areas within Yako and beyond, boosting commerce, education, and social interactions. The project is expected to be completed in recorded time, bringing renewed hope and joy to the residents.
For over 2 decades, residents of Nkpani community in Yako local government area of Cross River State have endured the harsh reality of deplorable roads. As a result, the community, though rich in culture and agriculture, struggles with transportation challenges that stifles economic growth. Despite numerous appeals and unfulfilled promises from past administrations, the road has remained in a state of neglect. It was therefore a jubilant atmosphere as traditional rulers, youth groups, market women and farmers gathered to witness the groundbreaking ceremony marking the beginning of a long overdue transformation.
The governor of Cross River said, present, to Farm Senator Prince Bassett they made fit for us to come and reconstruct, rehabilitate this road that have been abandoned over the years. And that is why we are here. And the road is of 2 phases. The first one is a 5 kilometer of road that starts from the Ecom Highway and linked to just a little bit after Nkpani community. The second phase of the road will take to Agoi Ibami community. To the glory of God, we have flagged off the project, and we believe that this project will be completed. We had expected that this project should be commissioned in less than 18 months, but with what I am saying, I'm thinking that before 18 months, by the grace of God, this project will be commissioned.
Nkpani people will benefit the dividend of Street Prince in this 5 kilometer. The second phase will come after the 5 kilometer to lead to Agoibami. So I want to urge the Mpani people to be friendly with the contractor to allow the good work of Prince Otu to pass through. We have appealed to the ball and the youth of Mpani that they should work in hand with the contractor, and they are going to do perfectly like that.
Community leaders pledged their full support to ensure the smooth execution of the project.
But the people that they are sitting there, they are very, very happy. And they are very happy with the government of Cross River State. We appreciate God for this wonderful time, and we pray that within the space of time that this road is budgeted, it will get to an end before the next phase, and our people will appreciate. As a community, we will support you. Anytime you come, feel free to come to the palace. You just come as if you're coming to your father's place, your grandfather's place, your grandmother's place, your mother's place, your brother's place.
To the glory of God, in the name of God the Father, in the name of God the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
With this major step taken by the Governor Otu's administration, it is hoped that the project sets a stage for even more positive changes.
It was a memorable Eid al-Fitr celebration for troops of the Nigerian Army 6th Division as the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Oluyede, hosted them to a luncheon. The event was colorful, featuring vibrant music and dance performances. Our correspondent, Deborah Agbalama, reports.
As is customary, this year's Eid al-Fitr celebration included a luncheon for the troops of the Nigerian Army 6th Division. The occasion provided an opportunity for relaxation, entertainment, and good food for soldiers who endure challenging conditions to safeguard lives and property in the region. Before the dining commenced, the Chief of Army Staff, represented by the Commander of Training and Doctrine Command, Major General Kevin Alibe, gives words of encouragement to troops.
All the soldiers and officers working in the 6th Division AOR and indeed the Operation Delta Safe to bear the Chief of Army Staff's goodwill, to applaud them for the good job that they are doing, and to reassure them of the Chief of Army Staff's continued prioritization of their welfare.
The leadership of the 6th Division also highlights the achievements of the troops in combating illegal refining and security threats.
Our operational activities have yielded the desired effects, as evident in the surge in oil production quota for a relatively consistent period. I therefore urge you to sustain the tempo for the good of our dear nation. I would also like to reassure the good people of Rivers State and the entire Niger Delta region that 6th Division shall continue to conduct its operations in line with the best interest of the people and the nation.
Meanwhile, a representative of the Rivers State Administrator, Secretary to the State Government, Professor Ibibi Aworika, acknowledged the Nigerian Army's contribution to security in the state.
These are men and women who have sworn to protect the territorial integrity of Nigeria, including, of course, our lives and assets, national assets. And we must do everything that we can to support them. My sense is that they are doing a fantastic job. There may be one or two instances where we felt perhaps maybe some preemptive measures may have been taken, but we can see that they are working on that.
The Eid al-Fitr luncheon was well attended by dignitaries, traditional leaders who joined the senior officers of the Nigerian Army to serve a variety of meals to the troops. Deborah Abalama, Channels Television News.
Go back to Steve. Well, we're still waiting for an update on the Edo Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja, as it has delivered judgment today in the case filed by the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Aso Ighodalo, challenging the outcome of the governorship polls held in the state on September 21st, 2024. The three-man panel, led by Justice Wilfred Umpochi, had on March 3rd reserved its verdict after parties in the matter have adopted their final written addresses. The People's Democratic Party and its governorship candidate, Aso Ighodalo, are challenging the victory of Governor Monday Okpebholo of the All Progressives Congress, alleging that the election was not conducted in compliance with the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022. The PDP and Ighodalo brought 19 witnesses before the tribunal and tendered numerous documents to back their claims, while the APC called 4 witnesses and INEC called none. Supporters from both sides of the divide have converged on the nation's capital, patiently waiting to hear the final judgment. Beyond infrastructure developments, the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, is taking steps to curb increasing cases of mental health amongst young people and the attendant stigmatization. This is as the NDDC, in partnership with the University of Port Harcourt, put together a stage play on mental health awareness titled Dark Whispers. At a time when the lives of many promising young Nigerians have taken a downturn due to social vices, including drug abuse and addiction, the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, is taking a momentary leave from infrastructure development to address the menace. The stage play, put together in collaboration with the Department of Theatre and Film Studies of the University of Port Harcourt, titled Dark Whispers, is one among several initiatives of the NDDC to help fight against issues of mental health associated with young persons within the Niger Delta region.
What is wrong with me? I can't even recognize myself anymore.
The play centers around stigmatization and the need to seek professional medical help for mental health issues. The producer of the play and head of Theatre and Film Studies Department, University of Port Harcourt, Ovunda Ihono, says the play seeks to awaken the people of the region to take proactive steps in tackling issues of mental health amongst the youths.
Most times when you tell somebody to seek medical help, see a psychiatrist, they say, you think they're mad. You know, it's just to tell the world that mental health issues is not about those who are wearing tattered clothes and roaming the streets. So many people, well-dressed, have mental health issues, but they don't know. And these things can be managed.
To others, the play provides necessary tools to help fight and avoid issues of mental health.
This generation today, they learn more from virtual. You see the students and the youth in the Niger Delta region, you see everybody with their phones. So we decided to have a play to discuss the solution on mental health issues and their awareness in the campaign in the Niger Delta region.
I was struck by the play. You know, I thought people were just coming to just talk about mental health, but putting it into a display form and seeing everything the way it went, I was really touched by it. I think it's a very good concept, very good script writing, and it's good for promotion of the awareness itself of mental health.
The students are grateful to the NDDC for the stage play, which they note is timely.
I believe it has created a very strong impact on the student because most of the audience members are students, right? And I've always said it that theater is the most effective form to talk about the issues that humans face in the society. And I believe with the storyline and everything, students have been, able to draw out the impact of mental health challenges in our society.
Addressing issues surrounding mental health requires persistent and sustained efforts. It is hoped that awareness like this will be replicated across the Niger Delta region. The impact of art, they say, has no boundaries. And that's what we draw the curtains on this edition of Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu. Have a wonderful day.